Have you ever noticed the use of 3 dots whenever you read something or even when you are typing yourself? What are these 3 dots? In the English language, the 3 dots is a punctuation mark known as an ellipse or the ellipses. So what are the ellipses and when do you exactly use them? Number 1, you use them when you want to show that a word, a phrase, a sentence, or even an entire paragraph has been omitted from the writing. Now this usually happens when you're quoting some material and you don't really think that putting the entire quoted material is really important and you just want a small part when you are writing. So let's take a look at an example to understand this. Let's say I have a sentence. Now, after much thought and debate, we will vote. So in this sentence, you can see that the main part that I'm interested in is now we will vote. And I don't really want to write this part of the sentence because I don't feel it's that important. I just want to focus on the main part of the sentence which states that now we will vote. So if I want to omit a part of the sentence, I just have to use the ellipse. So I will put a dot or 3 dots to show that something has been deleted, and then I will write the part of my sentence which I require. We will vote. This is how we use the ellipse to omit certain things. Now even if you have 2 lines in a quotation, so if you have something like this, we were waiting for her, she arrived late. So imagine you have this line and it's quoted and you only want to write the second sentence. Then again we would use 3 dots in order to show that something has been deleted before the line, she arrived late. Full stop and then quotation marks. So you can see that we can use the ellipse whenever or whichever part of the sentence where we are deleting something. Had I only wanted to keep this first sentence and I didn't want she arrived late, then I would have had quotation, I would write we were waiting, right? Because this is the part that we want for her, and then I would add the 3 dots after that, and then I would place the quotation marks outside the ellipses. So ellipses can be used in order to show or delete or omit a part of a sentence that we don't want to repeat or which we feel is not important enough for us to convey that the meaning we desire. Now, ellipses are also used in different ways, for instance, to indicate hesitation. So if you're thinking about something or you're not sure about something, we can use ellipses to convey that hesitation. Let's take a look at an example. I am not sure. ... I don't really know. So here you can see that there was a hesitation or there was some sort of hesitating effect between I am not sure, I don't know. So whenever you use like when you're thinking about something, hesitating about something, you can use, or authors tend to use, the ellipse in order to show that hesitation. They can also be used in order to convey suspense. So when you want to show she heard, a noise, it seemed to come from above. So here you use a small letter I instead of the larger letter I here. So it's part of the same sentence, but I've used 3 dots between the 2 parts of the sentence in order to show that there is some suspense or there is something in wait. So the ellipse can be used in effect to show hesitation and suspense. Another way in which we use the ellipse is when we show a trailing off of a thought. So when you are not completing your sentence because the thought is left hanging at the end of a sentence, such as if I have the sentence, she was unsure about it. Would she ? Question mark. So here maybe I have a question and I haven't completed it. She was unsure about it. Would she? Maybe I'm asking about whether she would go somewhere with me or not. and then I say she wasn't sure about it. Would she really go with me? So there's a trailing off of thought here. Or is there a chance of something happening? What do you think? Maybe ... So you show that you're trailing off in the thought, or you haven't completed your sentence because you're thinking about it still. So whenever you have a trailing off of a thought, you use the ellipses. Over here we use 3 dots in order to show that you are still thinking about something, or you're trailing off with that thought. So remember how to use the ellipses and make sure you use them appropriately in order to perhaps show that you have deleted a part of a sentence when you're quoting material, in order to show hesitation, suspense, or a trailing off of thought, and make sure that you use them to their proper effect.